So good day everyone. We will be reporting our update. So for our theoretical research framework, we will be utilizing the theory of plant behavior as the theoretical framework. According to Adjsen 1991, the theory of plant behavior holds that attitudes, subjective standards, and perceived behavioral control are the three components that determine intentions, which in turn drive behaviors. So the relationship between variables is that the first hypothesis is there is a significant relationship between perceived economic satisfaction and economic decision making. The second hypothesis is there is a significant relationship between perceived quality of life and economic decision making. The third hypothesis is there is a significant relationship between perceived value of wages and economic decision making. The fourth is there is a significant relationship between perceived economic satisfaction and perceived quality of life. The fifth hypothesis is there is a significant relationship between perceived value of wages and perceived quality of life. The sixth hypothesis is there is a significant relationship between perceived economic satisfaction and perceived value of wages.
Moving on in materials and methods and participants, the study used a mixed methods approach with surveys and interviews to examine wage sufficiency among Filipino workers in Luzon, Philippines. Stratified random sampling ensured a representative sample of 210 employees aged 18 to 55 across various industries. Luzon was selected for its economic diversity, providing a broad view of wage adequacy across different demographics and income levels.
For the questionnaires, all questions were adapted to other studies to ensure the validity of the paper. The questionnaire was divided into 8. One is the attitude, second is the subjective norms, third, perceived behavioral control, fourth, perceived economic satisfaction, fifth, perceived quality of life, sixth, perceived value of wages, 7, intention, and lastly, economic decision making. The researchers were able to examine whether monthly wages in the Philippines were sufficient to cover basic expenses through the questionnaires in each segment. Researchers employed the 5-point Likert scale. It was created in 1932 by Francis Likert to measure attitudes. The 5 points on the Likert scale have 5 numerical points and their interpretation are: the 1 is for strongly disagree, 2 disagree, 3 neutral, 4 agree, and 5 strongly agree. For the statistical analysis, the data was analyzed through the structural equation modeling, or SEM, to assess wage sufficiency. In order to analyze the data, we used an application called Smart PLS. So for our Smart PLS, this is our data. After that is we finally put all the variables in the Smart PLS for our structural equation modeling, or SEM. Now that we have collected all the data that we need, we're now focusing on the finalizing the results and discussions and also the conclusion. Each of us will share our current tasks and goals as we work toward completing these sections. So, bale ito po yung mga need na data para ma-complete po namin yung results for us to have a conclusion. That is all, and thank you po.